What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan. I'm a technician at Hall Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I got a pretty cool video for you guys. If you've been around long enough, you've driven one of these cars, you own one of these cars, you know how aggravating the seats can be. Whether that be flipping forward so that way a passenger can exit from the rear, or them just doing incredibly awkward and weird stuff. Stellantis has finally addressed the issue. You know, I think going back to February, we've been reporting these issues, and several times we've been told about a software update that's been postponed over and over again. Well, the software update is finally here, along with a couple other physical repairs, and I'm going to show you guys each one of these so that way you can know what to tell your dealerships, go in, get your seats fixed, because at least this is one less thing that we're going to have to worry about. So being a two-door coupe, we have to have a way for our passengers to easily get out of the back of the vehicle. Dodge's solution for that was a pull strap, which lowers the back of the seat down so that way it can slide forward on its own accord, and that way your passenger can climb out. But one of the major issues with this, if I can get it to do it, let's see, I'll pull my strap so my passenger can get out. The seat will go forward, and all of a sudden, it'll just start going back on its own. And that is no fun for someone who's trying to get out and they get stuck here in this B-pillar. So lucky for us, that's going to be resolved with a software update for both the passenger seat module and the driver seat module. So that's going to be a relatively easy fix. There is another fix that I want to show you guys, and that's going to be if the seat does not recline at all when pulling the pull strap. And I've got a seat here. This is another one of my subscribers' cars here. I had to pull the seat out. His seat failed by a different failure. I'm not quite sure what happened because I haven't seen this yet, but the tension rod, I don't know if it'll show on camera, is twisted and bent. We're not quite sure what happened there, but I ended up having to disassemble his seat, tear it apart, replace the frame because that's the only way to get the motor on the rod, and transfer all this stuff back and forth. It was fun. It was fun to say the least. Not that bad. Have you guys ever seen the inside of a Grand Wagoneer? Kind of similar, but also with a combination of a two-door Jeep Wrangler because it's got a bunch of easy entry cables and some weird clamshell stuff going on inside. Not the funnest. You know, Stellantis is pretty diabolical with their warranty pay time, so you know, wasn't the most enjoyable thing. But it is what it is. We got them fixed. We got the new frame in there, and that should resolve that issue. But I want to show you guys another fix that we have in conjunction with software. So if you happen to be a customer whose seat does not have any reaction by pulling the strap here, we do have a fix for that. And my TSB number that I have here is, let's see, 08-187-25, and I'm going to throw that up on screen for you. So what we're going to do for you as the customer is we're going to come in here and we're going to look right through here and we're going to make sure that there's a zip tie. Now there wasn't one on this customer's vehicle, so I've gone ahead and added it for him, but the zip tie will help secure the cable here to this backing plate so that way it can't pop out. On the disassembled seat here, you can see this contraption they have, and so it's pretty easy for this little circle to pop out, and that's what the zip tie is securing. So if you guys are experiencing this issue where the strap does not do anything at all, let us know. We'll write that up for you in the service department. Put a zip tie in, and you'll be good to go. Now I'm going to throw that TSB up on the screen so you guys can stop, pause, and read it. You're also going to find that one in my community pages, on the Facebook group, and in the Daytona Owners Forum. I'll throw that in there so you can see it. But one of the things, too, that you'll mention to your dealership is that when you pull the strap, basically you get no function from that easy entry seat folding forward. So oddly enough, on my personal vehicle, I did find that I had a zip tie on that cable on my driver's side, but I did not have one on my passenger side. Now, the passenger side seat has never experienced the issue with the strap not working at all, but I am still having issues with it not wanting to stay forward once it starts to retract. And sometimes it doesn't want to work at all, which is pretty convenient. But this is going to be resolved by a software update. So the TSB number for the software update on your seats is going to be 08-361-25. Now, be aware that's kind of subject to change. I'm going to put this up on the screen again in all the usual places, but Stellantis does like to revise TSBs, and so those numbers could change in the future. I don't think they will, but it is possible. But the main thing is when you come into the dealership, let them know what's going on. You know, give them the concern that your easy entry seat, you know, it folds forward, it goes up to the steering wheel, and then goes back. It's important to let your service advisor and your technician know exactly what's happening, so that way we know what to search in the system. All right, so we'll get rolling on this software update. You know, I'll take my micropod here and connect it to the data link connector, cycle my key to run, and we'll head over to YTech and we'll see what happens. All right, with YTech pulled up and heading into our topology, I can see that I do have two software updates for the memory seat modules, one for the passenger side and one for the driver's side. But before we do our software update, we are going to connect the vehicle to a battery charger. The vehicles need a good 50 amp charger during software updates because we don't want to damage anything. These vehicles are very susceptible to issues when during software updates if the voltage dips down low, and this charger is going to ensure that that doesn't happen. But with everything hooked up, we'll head over and we're going to start flashing these models. Pretty easy. At this point, we just start clicking buttons. And it's just a waiting game. So the software update's done, but we have a couple more steps that I need to take care of. If I come over here and look, I do have a couple codes for calibrations for the driver's seat and passenger seat. So what I'll do is I'll come over to each module, miscellaneous functions, and I'm going to calibrate each seat. And if this works correctly, you can see the seat is moving on its own. So it'll run that calibration sweep, it'll learn the positions that it needs to learn, and we should be able to clear those codes. All right, so with software update done, both calibrations done, did this actually fix anything? I guess let's find out. Sweet, finally. Again, you know, if you've been in one of these cars, you know how aggravating it is to try and climb out of the back, pull that strap, and this seat, you know, try and pin you in the B-pillar. Now, I do have one more thing I want to show you guys, and that is how to calibrate this yourself. Let's say, if for instance, this happens again for some reason. You are able to come in and stop this from happening by taking the seat all the way back to its complete stop, then all the way forward. And that should recalibrate it so that way you guys don't have to deal with this. But I'm hoping the software update, you know, keeps this issue from ever returning. But we know how things work. That way you guys get in a situation you can recalibrate this and get your passengers back out of the back seat. I really hope this helped you guys out because, again, the seat issue, man, is it frustrating having to get a passenger out and like trying to save them as the seat's coming back. You know, it's finally resolved. And it seems like Stellantis is really pumping out some software updates and fixes for this thing. And that's because of you guys. You guys have, you know, made enough noise that they're finally listening and they're finally putting out some of these fixes. Just remember, you know, TSBs are symptom-based. We don't just go around fixing cars, unfortunately. It's how the system's designed. As much as, you know, I'd love to just fix the problems that I know cars have, you have to have a complaint. So when you come into the dealership, tell your service advisor the exact issue that you're having, whether it be the strap not working correctly on the seat, so that way we can put that zip tie on there, or it retracting backwards on its own so that we can do a software update. You guys have to tell your service advisors the issues that you're having. Now, let's just say some of these things don't exactly work out. You know, we're going to tear into it for you, just like this customer. You know, if I have to come in and replace the entire frame so that way we can get a new motor in there, that's what we'll do. Parts are becoming more and more available, which is pretty cool. It only took me 3 or 4 days to get this seat track, which is, you know, crazy compared to what it was, you know, 6 months ago, waiting months for parts. They're ramping up production, and that's a good thing. Don't forget TSBs. They're going to be in my community pages. They'll be on the Facebook group. They'll be on DaytonaOwners.com. They'll be earlier in the video. Utilize that stuff so that way we can get your car fixed for you. You know, stay tuned for some more videos. They are really pumping out the fixes faster than I think I can make videos right now, which is good because they've taken note and they're going to make sure that these cars are working correctly for their customers. We still have a pretty major software update coming out soon. I was informed maybe by the end of the month. You know, I get told one thing and it gets pushed back again and again, and that's going to resolve a lot of the electrical issues, the bricking, things like that, and that's going to be a major update for these vehicles. Some of these things, too, are going to pertain to the 6-pack. We have 6-packs in transit right now to the dealership. As soon as they get them, I'll make some videos on them. But from what I understand, they have some of the same seat issues that these vehicles are having. So as soon as they show up to the dealership, I'm going to perform the updates on them so that we don't have any seat issues. Now, I'm sure as they're making it from the factory from this point on when the software was released, they'll take care of that. But that's something that we're going to deal with, too. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. The 6-pack should be fun. You know, Hurricane's not my favorite engine to work on, but it is what it is. Got no choice, right? Until we get a Hemi in those things. Yeah, drop a comment down below if you're having the seat issue. Let me know if you're having it. Let me know if you take it to the dealership and they perform these updates and it resolves the issue completely. I'm just curious if this one's going to stick or not. That's going to be some good information to know. But I really appreciate you guys watching all my videos, and I'll see you next time.